Welcome to the channel everyone, and welcome to another journal update. As you can see, we're filming in a different location, so it's a bit of a change of scenery going forward. Where I was recording my office, that room has basically no natural light, and even with artificial light, it's still super dull. So I moved into one of the front rooms right by the window, so it's much brighter, and it means I can position my camera higher up to get a better shot of the journal. I'm still playing about with the distance, but I think I like this setup way better than before. It's also much easier to update my journal since I'm not leaning around a camera arm to do it. So this is the 5th update so far for January, and we're reviewing another game from my backlog. This time I completed Endling, Extinction is Forever. That means another alphabet entry crossed off, although I didn't add survival as a genre, so no update there, unfortunately. This was a relatively short game again. It took around a day or so to complete. It's wild to see how much stuff I got done in the first few days of this month. I'm actually recording this pretty much at the end of the month. I'm on so much of a backlog right now in trying to get videos out. And as you can probably hear from my voice, I am still in the middle of a cold. My voice is so strained, it's unreal. But I'm going to do my best to try and get these videos out as quickly as possible so that we can kind of catch up for February. This is also the first game to complete a gaming challenge, which is so cool. We're crossing off non-human main character for this one, because as the cover might give away, we play as a fox. Here you can see me toying with whether or not to fill out this calendar spread. It's very, will she, won't she? I'm gonna pick up the pens. Oh, still toying with it. Maybe I add it in, maybe I don't. Is it gonna look any good? I suppose we could maybe try it. Actually, no. I think we are royally done with this calendar forever. Goodbye, calendar. Also, how do we like the washi additions here to separate out the review entries? I love the little pop of colour it gives, and going forward it'll keep everything even, which I love. Pippin has also arrived to look at what I'm doing. He is a nosy boy. He must be involved at all times. Ever since I moved my filming setup to this room, the cats are going wild for it, because it's much easier for them to climb up and watch from the window than it was before. It does mean that they get in the way of filming a little bit more, but I think we forgive him because he's very cute. And mostly respectful? Mostly. Bye, Pippin. So let's talk about the emotionally destructive game that is Endling. Before we do that, I suppose I need to ask the question, why did I think it was a good idea to start the year with a book that deals with cats dying, and then a game that deals with foxes dying? Why was death the topic of choice going into 2026? Absolute insanity. In Endling, you play as a new mother fox who has fled from the destruction of her habitat and is trying to raise her new cubs in the middle of an increasingly industrialised landscape. Near the beginning of the game, one of your cubs is trapped and taken by a human. Throughout the game, you must follow scents in an attempt to rescue them. As the game progresses, you must move from den to den, as the land around you is torn up and made barren by machines and workers. You must also evade a hunter with his keen eye and rifle, and a trapper who will pick up your scent and chase you down. I'm not going to sugarcoat this game, as I don't think the developers ever intended us to do so. This game is bleak. It deals with the very real consequences of deforestation and climate change for both animals and humans. And we can see this through the dire situations that both are left in once the land is ripped up and there is nowhere else to go. The game culminates in a tense and desperate journey to find a new home, and ends on a scene that is so crushing and made me cry. There is no dialogue and no real text that I can recall, so for the quote I just wanted to highlight the overall message that the game gives, that extinction really is forever and that we must do what we can to avoid it. This is survival at its finest. You have a finite amount of time each day to go out, collect food, and discover clues in new areas before the sun starts to come up and humans become more prominent. On the days that your missing cub's scent appears, if you don't follow it, you may lose the trail and your cub forever. Did I mention that when you go on these excursions, you take your cubs with you? No? Okay, so they follow behind you and are subject to all sorts of additional predators such as birds. They can learn new skills, like digging and climbing, but the fact that they come with you every step of the way just adds to the complete tension you experience throughout the game. Tension is such a big thing in this game. At no point was I relaxed playing it. There were days where I would want to just grab what food I could and retire. But I also knew that any day wasted not looking for a new path or trying to open a blocked entry could have been disastrous. Even when I realised I had made it to the end of the game, the final cutscenes had my heart in my throat, and I felt like I was still processing the message long after the credits rolled. I need to be very clear, this isn't a happy game. It doesn't even really have a happy ending. It was designed to put out a message, and the brutality of it was the point. Not content with putting animals in the firing line, the game also has a side story revolving around the hunter who took your cub and his daughter's worsening health. The more you encounter these two, the more you see that this is as much about survival for them as it is for you, and whether or not their luck continues is not for me to spoil. We see these little bursts of faith in humanity throughout the game. There are travellers who will feed you or pet you, who you can tell mean you no harm, but they are few and far between, and the security those encounters offer dissipates quickly. There is also a somewhat parallel side story involving a badger and its cub, who we can offer assistance to as we progress. I am still not emotionally ready to talk about the badger. As much as I appreciate what this game wanted to do, and as much as I think it achieved that, ultimately, I didn't enjoy it. Whether or not that was the intended outcome, I do have to factor it in when giving it a rating. The constant tension and stress that this game put me under made it difficult to take a step back and appreciate the work that had gone into it. And for that reason, it only gets 3 stars from me. However, I would recommend this to people who want to play a game where the message is really more important than the game itself. And I do think this is a love letter to the cause. I can't deny that the art style and the atmosphere are beautiful in their own way. Thanks so much for watching the video today, guys. Obviously, like I said, I'm a little behind with uploading these reviews, but I will get them out as quickly as possible. I'm also about to film my January update, so I hope you'll join me for that. If you've played Endling, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And if you liked today's video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. You can also subscribe and hit the notification button so that you know exactly when I post new content. I'll see you in the next one.